Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Fayy Lenee back with another video for you guys, and today's video is going to be a review, finally, on the new Anastasia NORVINA eyeshadow palette. I asked you guys on Twitter a couple of weeks back if you guys wanted to see a review on this palette, and I actually posted it in a poll with a couple of other videos that I was planning to film. And this video actually was one of the videos that got the most votes for videos that you would like for me to film for you guys. So here we are. Today I'm going to be filming a review and also doing a demo showing you guys how I created this look, which I am obsessed with. It actually turned out a little more pink than I planned, but I'm not mad at it. I still think it looks cute. So I'm going to show you guys how I created this look, let you guys see the shadows in action. Also, I forgot to mention that as you guys can see in my thumbnail, I did receive a broken palette when I ordered my NORVINA palette on the website. So be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video because I will give you guys all the details and all the tea on how all of that worked out in the end as far as reporting my palette broken and all of that good stuff. But before we get started, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video and hanging out with me for a review. I really hope that you enjoy it. Please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below and join my family here on YouTube. And also be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it or find it helpful. And if you are not new to my channel, you guys already know what it is. So thank you guys so much for coming back for another video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I have already got my eyes primed and brows on. And first up, we are going in with the shade Eccentric, which is a nice warm kind of caramel brown shade. We're going to be placing that throughout the entire crease and also on the outer corner, and this is going to be our transition shade. I'm just buffing that back and forth in windshield wiper motions and just really making sure that that is nice and blended. Next up, I'm going in with the shade Incense. This is also another brown shade, but it's much more on the cooler side. So you could totally skip this step, but the point of it was to kind of start to deepen up the crease a little bit. And then after that, I'm going in with the shade Volatile, which is another cool toned brown shade. And I'm going to be placing this on the outer V and starting to blend it into the crease. I also lifted up my lid a little bit. This is just a little trick for those of you guys that might have hooded eyelids. This will just help to give you a nice smooth blend throughout the crease. And of course, we're using this to kind of define the crease area and also the outer V. So just buffing and blending that back and forth. And then after that, I'm just going back in with my original blending brush and just making sure that all of the transitions between the shades are blended nicely. Here, I'm cutting my crease with some concealer. I'm just using a really small little brush from Morphe to do that. You guys know I love doing this technique if you watch my tutorials. I just think it helps to make the eyeshadow so much cleaner. And then here I'm going in with my finger just to blend it out a little bit, especially on that outer V. And then going back in with that cool tone brown and just smoothing out the transition between the concealer and the outer V, just to make sure that it doesn't look choppy and everything looks nice and smooth. So next up, I'm going in with the shade Dazzling. This is going to go on the inner third of my eyelid, right on top of that concealer we just used to cut the crease. This shade is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, I'm just being really careful right up in that crease area to make sure that I don't go above my crease. Since again, I do have hooded eyelids, I want to make sure that I don't go higher than my actual crease. And then on the center of the lid, moving towards the outer V, I'm using the shade Rose Gold. This shade was actually a lot pinker than I expected it to be. Looking at it in the pan, it looks like it'll be more of a rosy bronze shade, but it's definitely a lot pinker than I thought it was going to be. And then after that, I'm going in with the shade Drama, which is a nice shimmery purple, and just blending that transition between Rose Gold and the shade on the outer corner. So after that, I went ahead and applied my base off camera, and then we're going to go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. So first up, I'm using the shade Eccentric and just buffing that along the lower lash line. To define that area a little bit, I'm going in with Volatile and putting that on the outermost part. And then I'm using the shade Velvet Violet from Pixie. This eyeliner is gorgeous. I'm applying that into my waterline. And then for the innermost part of my lower lash line, I'm using Wild Child, which I thought was another gorgeous shade. And then to highlight my inner corner, I'm using the shade Dreamer. Alright guys, so my eyes and my face are done, and I started contouring and then my memory card got full and my battery died, so I had to take a little break. But I figured I would come back and chat with you guys instead of doing a voiceover for the rest of the video and show you the rest of the products that I'm going to be using to finish this look. What do you guys think so far? Let me know down below in the comments how you think this came together. But to finish off the face, I'm using my Anastasia bronzer. This is in the shade Saddle. And I'm using my Morphe R14 brush and just contouring my cheeks and the usual places that I would contour my face. So next up is blush, and I'm going to use my Anastasia blush kit. This one is in the shade Radiant. And I think for this look, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and this one is in the shade Breeze, this one right here. I think the pink in that color will really bring out the pink on my lids. I'm not going to use a lot of this at all, and the brush I'm using is the Morphe E4. Before highlight, I'm actually going to go ahead and set my face, so I'm going to use my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. And then for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Times Amrezy highlighter. And I'm also going to use the brush. This is the Anastasia A23 highlighting brush. I've actually really been obsessed with this brush lately. It just hugs your cheekbones perfectly and applies the highlighter like effortlessly. So I also heard that Milani actually has a brush that is similar to this. I've been on the hunt for it, so when I find it, I'll definitely let you guys know if it's a dupe to this brush or not. But until then, I have been using this one. Alright, so last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the lips. Alright guys, so this is the finished look, and of course you guys got a sneak peek of it in the beginning during the intro. So let's go ahead and get into the details, my final thoughts about the palette, and my experience with ordering the palette and all of that good stuff. So this palette does retail for $45, just like any of the other eyeshadow palettes from Anastasia. You can purchase it wherever Anastasia is sold, so of course that's going to be on their website, on Ulta, and also on Sephora. I purchased mine directly from the Anastasia website because I didn't want to wait for it to be available on Ulta. I wanted to get my hands on it. I wanted to play around with it. I wanted to review it for you guys. So they typically launch their palettes on the Anastasia website first. So I just went ahead and ordered it from there so that I could hurry up and get my hands on it. Now, before I get started with that, the shipping was pretty quick. I ordered it, it shipped out pretty quickly, and I received it pretty quickly. There was no issue there with that, and I was very excited when I received it. Now, when I actually got the package in the mail and opened it up, I was very disappointed to see that 2 of the shadows were actually broken. And after playing with the palette today, I can kind of see why that may have happened, because these shadows are kind of like the shimmery shadows. Some of them are almost like pressed pigments. Like you get bomb color payoff because of that, but they're pressed not super loosely like the Subculture palette was, or I heard it was. I did not purchase that one. But when you start to dip your brush into the shadows, into the shimmer shadows, some of them are a little bit soft, which, like I said, you get bomb pigmentation, but I feel like they're almost like pressed pigments, some of them. So yes, I just wanted to show you guys my broken palette. So sad. I was so devastated. And I don't want to like turn it too much, but it's these 2 shades over here, these top 2 shimmer shades. They are completely shattered. And I was so sad because, I mean, you guys know how it is when you order something online that you're excited about getting, and you wait and wait and you're tracking the shipping and you're super excited, and then it shows up to your door and it's broken. It's just like, oh. So yeah, that was a little bit disappointing, but let me tell you guys a little bit about Anastasia's customer service. So as soon as I realized that my palette was broke, I took out my order slip, and there is a phone number on there. No, wait, was there a phone number? No, there was an email. So I went ahead and emailed them, and I let them know, like, hey, my palette is broken. It arrived damaged. What are my options? They responded back to me very quickly. It was probably, honestly, in less than 4 to 6 hours. Or maybe I got an automatic reply. I think I got an automatic reply first. Honestly, I don't remember if it was an automatic reply or an actual person, like the first email. But regardless, I got a response back very quickly within like 3 to 4 hours. Or it was probably honestly less than that. And within about a day or two, I was told that I would have a new palette shipped out to me. And one thing that I noticed and I appreciated about Anastasia is sometimes when you order products from brands or from companies and they arrive damaged or broken, like Dose of Colors, for instance, when I ordered the Dose of Colors times Desi Katie collection, one of my highlighters that I ordered arrived broken. And when I emailed them, they basically were just kind of like, well, we're sold out. I mean, they didn't say it like this, but basically, we're sold out, and so we can either give you a refund, or once we have the highlighter back in stock, you can send us back your broken highlighter and we'll send you another one, which I don't think that's good customer service, honestly. I mean, what are you going to do with a broken highlighter? One thing that I really appreciated about Anastasia was it was literally no questions asked, and Ulta is like this also. It was no questions asked. I did have to take a picture of my broken product with my order slip and email that to them. But once I sent that over, it was like, you know, we're really sorry. They were very apologetic about it. And like just like that, they sent me out a new palette. They did not ask me to send back my broken palette. And they sent me out a new one, and it got to me within 1 to 2 business days. It was a very quick turnaround, very professional, very just on top of it. Like, they were like on it. They were on it. And it was great that they had enough in stock that they were able to replace my palette pretty quickly without me having to wait for a restock. It was just a very professional, very smooth, like positive customer service experience after receiving a damaged product. So I did want to kind of let you guys know that I personally am someone that is really big on customer service, and I just thought that it was really great the way that they handled it, and it just made me like even more like proud, I guess. That may be a little dramatic, but I can't think of a better word. Proud to be someone that purchases products from Anastasia and will continue to purchase products from them because they have really great customer service. So anyways, enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into the shadows in the palette. So I do have my brand new eyeshadow palette here with shadows that are not broken. And I did try to use a good bit of the shades in the palette today. I used 1, 2, 3 of the mattes and 1, 2, 3, 4 of the shimmers on the top. And like I already mentioned, the shimmers, some of them, especially this rose gold shade and this dazzling shade, which is really just 2 out of the 4 shadows that I used. I noticed when I dipped my brush into those shadows, it like just kind of crumbled up on me. I wasn't pressing into it really hard or applying a lot of pressure. I was literally just dipping my brush in there and trying to pick up product, and I found that those shadows kind of crumbled on me a little bit. It wasn't a big deal. It's not something that I would be like, oh my gosh, I hate this palette because of that, because the pigmentation of the shadows was bomb. I mean, it was amazing. So like I said, I do feel like some of them may be more closely similar to pressed pigments than regular shimmer eyeshadows. So just something to keep in mind. But as far as the mattes, for the most part, I didn't get too much fallout or too much like breaking up with the matte. There was a little bit of kick up, a little bit of fallout with the matte shadows, but they blended beautifully into each other and on my eyes individually, so I wasn't too worried about the fallout on the matte shades. It really just depends on the brush that you use. If you use like a really stiff bristle brush, of course you're going to get a lot more kick up and fallout on the shadows, as opposed to if you use a softer bristled brush. But yeah, I know sometimes, or some people are really big about fallout and all that kind of stuff, so I just wanted to mention it. But overall, I'm very happy with the way that this look came out. I think it's gorgeous. It's a lot more pink than I was expecting, but the shadows that I use on my eyes are beautiful, beautiful. And I'm definitely very happy that I purchased this palette. I was a little bit on the fence about it at first, just because these are not shadows that I would typically gravitate towards, like these kind of cool tone shadows. But I'm really glad that I picked it up, because there is a really nice mix of warm and cool tone shadows in here. And if not for anything else, I think the shimmers make it worth, like the whole top row makes this palette worth every penny. So I'm very glad that I went ahead and picked it up, and I think it's definitely worth your coins. Alright guys, so I think I have talked enough for one video. Hopefully I remembered to tell you guys everything that I needed to tell you. But if I forgot anything, I will leave it down below for you guys in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm always down in there making sure that I answer any of your questions and responding to your comments. So if I miss anything, or if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, be sure, please, 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 to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a ton. And if you guys would like to see more looks with this eyeshadow palette, also give this video a thumbs up, or let me know down below in the comments. I definitely want to film more looks with it. I want to do like a more purple look, so that will probably be coming soon. But if you guys have any specific requests, of course, you're always welcome, and I always welcome you guys to leave those down below in the comments. So yeah, that is all that I have for you guys for this video. If you stayed till the end, you are the real MVP. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and for sticking it all the way through, all the way to the end of the video. And yeah, that's all I got. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon in my next one.